Let me show you how you can translate your content and your descriptions in bulk using the FlowHunt and FlowHunt CLI. Stick around to find out. Hi, my name is Rashid Khani, and today I'm going to show you how you can translate your content and your product descriptions in bulk using FlowHunt and the FlowHunt CLI. So what do I mean by translation? So as you can see in your website, you can have different languages, right? So if I were to switch to Japanese, my entire page would switch into Japanese. Now there's an easy way to do this for bulk, like boxes of text using AI and FlowHunt, so that it makes it more efficient and faster to deal with. So what are we doing? First things first, there is a flow that we need to make. So this flow is super simple. It's a chat input that goes into prompt and then to a tool calling agent. So the prompt is: your professional human translator specialized in marketing and product description. Translate the provided web page content into lang. Now this is a variable. This is going to be important to us when we're using the CLI. The rest of the prompt: so it sounds natural, fluent, and locally authentic, as if written by a native speaker. Instruction: use simple and natural sentence structures to make sense to a native speaker. Avoid word-for-word translation. Adapt phrasing to be idiomatic while keeping meaning accurate. So what we found was that when we just told it to, hey, translate to variable lang, it would literally translate word for word the context of the content. So it would sound quite weird, right? So we did it in our own native languages and such, and it didn't sound quite good. So this is why we went with this prompt. So now how can we use this? First thing first, we need to have the FlowHunt Toolkit or the FlowHunt CLI. So it is on GitHub. So if you were to search for FlowHunt CLI on Google, you would find this page, this GitHub page. Now this has a README. I will make a separate video on how you can install the FlowHunt CLI, but today we're gonna assume that you already have it installed and that we're just gonna use it, right? So for this specific task, we're gonna look for something called batch run, but batch run matrix in particular. So what do we need for this? We need a input CSV file, right? So we need to create an input CSV file. So if I were to open this for you, it would look something like this. So this is our input. So 1 second, opening. Okay, so here we have 3 different columns: English, Slovak, and Czech. The English one is filled out. This is your base text. This is the text that you want it to be translated. And the English, Slovak, and Czech names or column names, column categories are going to be your language variable. So how does that work? So if we were to go to our code editor, and first things first, you have to say FlowHunt auth. Sorry. So down here we can say FlowHunt auth, and then it will ask an API key from you guys. I've already entered it, but if you haven't, you can go to your FlowHunt, you can go to the main dashboard, and then scroll down here to API keys to generate a brand new API key for this. So when you click enter with the FlowHunt auth, it's going to ask for an API key. When you enter it, it's going to be like successfully integrated with Workspace, 100 flows detected, or however many flows that you guys have. And then next up, we're going to use the batch run matrix. So this thing right here. Now, I have decreased the max parallel to 5 because we only have 60 things. We only have like 20 different phrases that we want to translate. So we don't want to overwork the flow too much. So I did the max parallel to 5, and then we must change the variant, which is the variable which we had in our prompts, to lang. So here we had curly brackets lang. So if we were to go here again to prompt, so it's lang, we need to make sure that this matches the variable here, lang. And then output file is results.csv, which will be created in this directory right here. And then input CSV is the name of our input right here. And then this code right here, which normally looks like this, Flow ID. So how can you get your Flow ID? Multiple ways. First things first, go to your Flow, open your Flow, and then when you click on the URL, anything after this Flow's slash up until the question mark is your Flow ID. Second way you can do this is by just do not publish, is just going to the main menu, and then here it is. Right by the name 88A06 is your Flow ID. Now, if I were to click on enter, the flows are going to start working. So it says initializing FlowHunt client, and it's going to start to do everything in parallels of 5. So it's going to have 5 of the same flow working parallelly to translate all the content. And so yeah, you can see we have a live feed on what's happening right now. So it says processing 20 cells with max 5 parallel workers. That is our Flow ID. Cycle 3, cycle 4, cycle 6, cycle 7, 8, 9, and yeah, it's doing cell by cell. It's doing all the translations. So when all the translations are done, I'm going to show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so the results are in. So if we were to open these results, let's go to Open in Finder, and let's see our results. There they are. So it's our original English text, and then in Slovak and Czech language. It translated all of them. So these are just product descriptions for different tech devices. So if you were to have different pages for your tech devices, let's say you're a e-shop that sells tech stuff, you can easily translate all the descriptions like this. In bulk, you can have all of your pages in one CSV file, and you can just click enter, go and come back like 5 minutes later, all of your pages have been translated automatically. So yeah, the FlowHunt CLI tool is a very powerful tool. It's a little bit more on the technical side, but if you can utilize it, it's gonna bring you a lot of good productivity. If you have any questions about this FlowHunt CLI, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.